Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining Mala's Verse. Today, the reading that we are going to do is How Can You Be Kinder to Yourself in Challenging Times? As usual, we have two piles to choose from, and before we get into the reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. Okay, so the first pile that we have is Walrus. The second pile or the second group that we have is Chimpanzee. If required, take a few deep breaths more, breathing out through your mouth, relaxing and letting your awareness guide you to whichever pile you're drawn to. You're more than welcome to choose one or more piles. Hi, pile one. If you chose Walrus, this is going to be your reading. I'll place this card here for the moment. So let's see currently how are you handling yourself, or how are with you with yourself when you're faced with challenging times. Bottom of the deck is Eight of Materials, which is Eight of Pentacles. Very work oriented, detail oriented. We have Three of Pentacles and Eight of Inspiration, which is the Eight of Wands. So Capricorn energy, strong Saturn energy with two eights here. And this is Sagittarius energy, Eight of Wands. So I do perceive that during challenging times, pile number one, you are more focused on the entire team, on the entire group that you are catering to. Of course, this could be work related or personal life, whichever applies to your situation. But this is more so about your being focused on, other people, the whole team, rather than being focused on yourself. And I do perceive that there's a sense of agitation that may come up when there are challenging times, especially in a group dynamics. I also perceive that you may be a little too critical of yourself as to how you respond to others during challenging times. Like, you don't let yourself slip away or slip any emotion away in some way, shape, or form. Like, you don't let you'd make it a point that people don't see how frustrated you are, or that you do not. I mean, the second part is definitely a very, you know mature thing to do. I get it takes a toll on you is what I'm receiving, which is you do make it a point to not direct your emotions in an unproductive and incorrect manner. So, not directing it to the wrong person. That's something that you are very careful about. And there's a strong Mars energy coming through with this. It's the sun, I think. This is the sun. Yeah. But definitely a strong Mars energy, and we are approaching a blood moon, as far as I know, when I'm recording this. So that's another thing that's coming through. And it's interesting that that blood moon is in Virgo as per Western astrology, and we have Eight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So there's a perfectionist energy in you, pile number one. When it comes to challenging times, you try to keep everything perfect, and you make sure that everyone around you is taken care of, they are heard, and that their mental thoughts specifically, mental energy is taken care of. That's what I am perceiving here. So it's more people oriented, and I feel like that, really, um doing that sort of makes you agitated, because it slows you down and it doesn't let you move faster or as fast as you want. So let's see, what is it that you can do? The question, so how can you be kinder to yourself in challenging times? I'm not taking this, but I was expecting this card to show up somehow when I took this deck. Not for you, but general. in general, and the card is the well. I'm not going to take that card yet. Let's see, how can you be kinder to yourself in challenging times? Because your energy is very work oriented, action, 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 practical solutions, which is great, but I do perceive that it is more focused on others and leading others forward rather than taking care of yourself. So let's see, how can you be kinder to yourself in challenging times? Let me just check the cards first. We have Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so intense energies for sure. Just checking them off camera if they are okay to be shown. So, not this one. We have the Devil, again, Capricorn energy quite strongly coming through. Then we have High Priestess and Two of Cups. Whew, powerful energy. So before that, I actually want to also take this card into consideration, which is the Walrus, the card that you chose. And this is the energy you need to embody to be kinder to yourself when you are going through challenging times. And let's see what's written here. Remain vigilant about the current situation, pay attention to signs and omens, and let them dictate your choices. Isn't that interesting? So I do perceive that more than action with the walrus card and remaining vigilant about the current situation, paying attention to signs and omens. It's more so more than being in action. You are being asked to, and it doubles down with the high priestess, doesn't it? Like you have to tap into your intuition more than your tapping into practical actions when there are challenging times around you. This is more about manipulating, understanding energy and using it to your advantage and using it to an advantage where everyone is taken care of for the highest good of all. With the devil card, how can you be kinder towards yourself? I feel like there is a self reflection energy here. You Whenever you're facing challenging times, and we do have Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck and Devil, so it is a chaotic and intense energy for sure. But what I'm receiving here is you need to detach yourself from that workaholic energy with the Devil card, and I am specifically using the word workaholic because there is this almost an addiction, but more so a coping mechanism of throwing yourself into work when times are challenging. So you're focused more on solutions or working out a solution rather than taking a breather and planning what the solution could be, or planning how the energy is moving, and planning in a way where energies are harmonious with the Two of Cups, where both the energies of action and inaction, active and passive energy, are working in a harmonious manner. And that's going to help you have even the pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. The lion's face here, specifically in this Two of Cups, is giving me the awareness that when you align both the passive and active energies, that's going to give you more protection and more courage during challenging times. And that is a much kinder approach towards yourself during challenging times rather than diving deep into work at the first time, at the first sight of challenge. Because with the high priestess card, I do perceive that maybe excuse me, you need to focus on your shadows more. You need to for some cases, or in some scenarios, you may need to be focusing on your shadows more, and in other scenarios it's more so stepping back, taking a step back and analyzing, gauging the entire situation energetically, understanding which energies are working in harmony with the Two of Cups, and focusing your energy there, focusing your actions in that direction. That's going to be much much kinder towards yourself. Because what I'm receiving with the devil card here, specifically being the first one, and not operating from a place of kindness towards yourself, what happens is during challenging times you throw yourself into work, and with the Ten of Swords, many a times you may experience unnecessary backlash is what I'm receiving. You may not receive as much backlash if you actually be more creative and open to the suggestions coming through from source, and from especially your intuition. So you need to step back a little and gauge the situation more so energetically, have that water energy, a lot of water energy within your energy field, maybe it is about drinking water, but more so tapping into the energy of water which is ever flowing. It also takes shape of the beaker it goes into, so it's being flexible and opening up, your water zodiac sign energies, which are Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Specifically, Two of Cups is Cancer energy here, and High Priestess is the Moon card, and it also reminds me of Pisces energy. So, tapping deeply into your intuition, meditating, relaxing, and then making your next move. So that's why, pay attention to signs, so that that can help you have more information on what the situation is, and accordingly you will move. Wherein with the Two of Cups, it's a harmonious flow of energy for you and the other people that are involved, because I feel like right now you are getting, oreoed, if that's even a word, but like it's becoming like an ice cream sandwich, and you are the one being sandwiched with a lot of pressure and efforts that you've been making. So, and it seems very rosy and very comfortable for others. It's not the case for you. So, it's kinder for you, or you being kinder to yourself in challenging times is actually making a choice to step back and gauge the situation energetically. So, pile number one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if the reading resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining. Excuse me. Thank you so much for joining, and I invite you to subscribe to my Substack, where we have occasional tarot insights and insights on self empowerment, self compassion, and encompassing all parts of ourselves. If these things resonate with you, you're more than welcome to join my Substack. The link to it will be in the description box below. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile number two. If you chose the chimpanzee card, this is going to be your reading. So, first, let's see how do you currently, how are you currently in challenging times? Bottom of the deck is Ten of Inspiration, which is Ten of Wands. We have Temperance and Five of Inspiration. Wow. Currently, pile number two, what I am receiving here with the Temperance card and the Five of Inspiration is that you are on the surface and through your spiritual wisdom able to handle challenging times quite well. The conflict is more so within yourself rather than with other people. I perceive that there's a lot of analysis happening within your mind during challenging times. Even though you're handling the situation quite well with the Temperance card, it's in a very balanced manner. Yet the resistance that I'm perceiving here is with the Five of Wands is more so within than with any other thing outside of yourself. Now let's see this card, the chimpanzee card, is actually the card that is telling us the energy that you need to embody to be kinder towards yourself. We have use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your questions. So maybe that's what, even though spiritually and with your higher knowledge you're able to handle the situation quite well, and especially with the different moon phases here, you are actually quite good at handling different phases too. But maybe the inner conflict is the push and pull between, the mind and the heart, the intellect and the intuition. So use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question, because you have that capacity. And I also perceive that when you combine both of these things, it's a very grounded approach, and also it's a very powerful approach. Your personal power multiplies a lot by a lot when you use both your intellect and your intuition. It is very, it's something that is a, so it is definitely a huge source, more than a huge source, it's an impactful and a very significant source of personal power for you when you combine both your intellect and your intuition, and you become a very powerful warrior is what I'm receiving. So now let's see, how can you be kinder to yourself in challenging times? How can you be kinder to yourself in challenging times? Profile number two. Let me just look at the cards first. So we have Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay, here we go. Ace of Swords, we have the Chariot, and we have the Star card. How beautiful. Yeah, see, intellect is coming here again with the Ace of Swords, isn't it? The Swords energy is all about the mental plane, and we have the Ace of Swords, which is a powerful energy, a very strong indication or indicator rather of mental clarity. So, how can you be kinder to yourself? Pile number two, during challenging times, is definitely aligning with your truths, because I do perceive that you may get a little apprehensive about your spiritual beliefs or your intuition being right or not, and so you rationalize it too much at times, and then you probably do a check in and do a reality check about what happened and how you may have over exaggerated what you received intuitively, or you may have underestimated what you have received intuitively. So that's the Five of Inspiration, Five of Wands energy, that inner conflict that's happening. And it may even give you a reflection of how your inner security, sense of security, your personal place of security, which is your root chakra, might be fumbling or wobbling a little bit, because I do perceive that that kind of self reflection happens for this pile. You do a lot of self reflection. But even with the Chariot card, it's that black and white energy, yin and yang energy, intuition and intellect both. So your advice is definitely you can be more kind towards yourself during challenging times when you actually align with your truth and you embrace that you do find value in intellectual things. Because I feel like when it comes to spirituality, I am not saying this as a blanket statement for everybody, but it sometimes happens so that you may get a little intimidated as to are you receiving everything in intuitively, or are you logicalizing things, and you may not be a typical channeling kind of, I mean, your typical psychic gifts may not be about channeling or receiving quite flawlessly and just channeling words out or being a medium. Maybe it's more intellectual, and it's how you connect your logic with intuition, and that's actually your superpower. That is your gift. Pile number two, that's what I'm receiving here. And well, I'm also getting this up hesitation about how I just said that that's your superpower. So you may have that hesitation of accepting your strength, and accepting your strength in asking the right questions and seeking clarity and seeking truth. But that is your strength, and that is healing, especially with the Star card. And it's so beautiful that we have the Star card to represent one of the energies. And when we are asking how can you be kinder to yourself, so you need to see your own strength, you need to follow your own north star. It may not be typical to how spiritual or intuitive trends are or psychic trends are at this point in time, or how people in this field are, right? People who are, and by people in this field I mean people who are mentors or leaders in this field, maybe you're not typically like them, and that's completely fine. Because with the Page of Pentacles also right beneath that, we have the Emperor, and again Five of Wands is there. So this is, with the Page of Pentacles, this is a natural gift excuse me, a natural gift you are born with, to be logical, to be very grounded, even though you are intuitive, even though you're connected very much with the higher realms, but you are also someone who's extremely grounded, and this is your most natural gift, and you receive a lot from the earth realm. So do not underestimate it, or do not think it's, something that's wrong with you. It is your power with the Emperor card. It's something that you are here to master. It is your strength. So to be kinder towards yourself in challenging times is actually to recognize your potency and your strength in seeking rationale and seeking knowledge and seeking logic, along with receiving information intuitively, especially with the beautiful night sky here. It is definitely about your intuition and receiving it, and also making the best use of, best of the both worlds with the intellect and intuition card. So not beating yourself about the fact that you're not entirely intuitive, because your intuitive gifts are more aligned with the mental plane, is what I'm receiving. And that's going to actually, embodying both these energies is going to create a very healing experience for you during challenging times, pile number 2. So much so that challenging times will more so be like fun and games, and something like a challenge that you overcome in a game, rather than something that takes a toll on you mentally and emotionally and physically. And you'll rather actually enjoy overcoming them. You will actually taste life in all its glory, the good, the bad, the ugly, and not make it personal, not make it a criteria for your self worth. Rather, heal and become a shining bright star through the way you experience life, and how you maneuver challenging times. You are going to be a source of inspiration for so many people, and I am getting it's going to be in the most unconventional ways. So don't try to fixate on how it happens. So to be kinder to yourself, as I mentioned, again I'm going to share: believe and accept and honor the gift of your intellect and intuition both, pile number 2. When it comes to challenging times, it is your strength. So, pile 2, that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if the reading resonated with you. And I would like to take this opportunity to invite you over to my Substack, where we share occasional tarot insights on self-empowerment, self-compassion, embracing all parts of ourself, so on and so forth. If these topics resonate with you, you're more than welcome to join my Substack, the link to which will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.